Now here a small story of a man is given, and his name was Jadav Molai Payeng. He was born in 1963, and since he was 16 years old, he was working as a forest worker. We all know that Assam is a flood prone area, so many snakes have died once due to the flood of Brahmaputra river. So as a preventive measure, that Molai, he started planting bamboo plantlets. So in 1979, the local social forestry department, it began um, an afforestation project on 200 hectares of land, and where they started planting the bamboo plantlets. So even after the completion of the project, this man did not give up the work of planting bamboo trees. And today, the entire jungle or the entire forest is named after him, and it is known as Molai Jungle. So for this, he was awarded the prestigious award of Padma Shri by Government of India. So this is his determination, and it is the best example that if one determines to protect the environment, he can do so many things for the environment and can set a very good example. Then there are certain the new terms or terminologies given over here, that environmental conservation and biodiversity. Now we all know that biodiversity, that means the variation into various kinds of living organisms into the nature, which are present around us into a particular ecosystem, and we have to protect it for conserving our environment, because we have to make this world a better living place, and we don't have to harm any creature, because each and every creature on this earth is equally important. They have their own role in protecting the environment. So certain things are given over here, that what is genetic diversity. Genetic diversity will be observed into the species of organisms, into the organisms which are belonging to the one species. That means one human is going to be different from another human, they are not going to be exact. So this is going to be genetic variation, and this genetic variation takes place due to sexual reproduction, as we have discussed into our previous chapters. And we have to take care to preserve the species, and we can preserve the species only by not harming them, and only by reproduction. And if by any cause the reproduction did not take place, the that species can be extinct, or that can be disappear from the surface of the earth. Then what is species diversity? Now there are so many species or so many different kinds of organisms present around us into the nature. That means humans, then dogs and cats. So these are various kinds of species. So there is a species diversity, which will include various types of plants and animals and microbes and so on. That means from the unicellular to the multicellular animals, all these organisms are belonging to different kind of species, which leads to species diversity. Then ecosystem, that means the presence of various kinds of plants, animals, microbes and so on into a particular habitat. So there can be land ecosystem, there can be a pond ecosystem, like that. So each ecosystem has its own characteristic: animals, plants, microbes, and abiotic factor. Abiotic factor means air, water, land, temperature and so on. So the ecosystems can be natural, or this can be artificial too. So it is our duty to produce or to create a positive attitude towards the environment, because then the environment is a place where we have to live. So if that environment is healthy, then naturally we will also remain healthy. So we can bring about the betterment of our living world. So we have to keep a positive attitude, we have to keep certain kind of compassion to the plants and the trees or the animals around us, so that we have to become eco-friendly. then and then only the environment will be friendly with us, and then only we can have a healthy environment.